All right, let's get right into it. We're taught that to be valuable, we have to be visible, that to be influential, we have to be available 24/7. But what if that's all wrong? What if the real secret to gaining authority isn't about being present all the time, but about mastering your absence? Just let that sink in for a second. The slowest form of self-erasure. In this world that just screams for our attention, every ping, every notification, every email that needs an immediate reply, this idea is pretty radical, right? It's basically saying that by always being on, we're not making ourselves more important. We're actually making ourselves invisible. We're just becoming part of the background noise. And this leads us right into what I call the availability trap. It's this myth that being constantly connected is a strength, but in reality, it's a huge mistake that slowly, quietly drains away our perceived value. So let's just picture two different paths. On one path, you're always on. You're predictable. You're just there. People start to take you for granted. Your ideas become common, and let's be honest, common things just aren't valued that highly. That's the fast track to being overlooked. But then there's the other path, the strategically absent one. And here, everything shifts. Your presence isn't just a given anymore, it becomes a choice. People start to look forward to what you have to say. Your value goes way up, and that's how you start building real authority. Okay, so how do we get off that first path and onto the second? Well, the key is this incredibly powerful psychological trigger that frankly controls how we see value in almost everything. It's time we unlocked the scarcity principle. What's so amazing is just how deep this principle runs in our brains. I mean, it applies to everything from gold and diamonds to those limited edition sneakers that people line up for. But here's the most important part. It applies to people. It applies to you. The second something or someone is harder to get, our brains just automatically slap a higher price tag on it. We want it more. It's literally hardwired into our psychology. Now, knowing the principle is one thing, but actually using it, that's something else entirely. This isn't about being flaky or just disappearing. It's about learning the art of strategic withdrawal, about turning your absence into one of your most powerful tools. And let's be super clear about this. The goal isn't just to be absent for the sake of it. No way. The goal is to make the moments you are present hit harder, to have more impact. Every single time you show up, every time you contribute, it becomes more powerful because it's not watered down by this constant, low-level availability. So how do you actually do it? Well, it's a three-step process. First, you have to create deliberate, planned periods of unavailability. Block out time where you are simply unreachable, doing your deep work. Second, when you do show up, you make it count. You come back with real insights, with finished work. You make your presence a solution, not just another person talking. And finally, when you do those first two things, something really cool happens. A natural pull is created. Instead of you pushing your ideas on everyone, you'll find people start seeking you out. And when you get really, really good at this, something incredible starts to happen. You move beyond just being valued. You get to the ultimate payoff of this entire strategy. This right here is the big transformation. Think about it. A surprise guest that shows up at a concert gets a way bigger reaction than the opening band, right? It's the same for you. Your appearance stops being routine. It becomes an event. It's something people actually look forward to. Your ideas land with so much more force because they feel significant, not just like part of the daily chatter. And this is the final stage. This is the master level. When your absence has created a genuine need, a vacuum where your specific skill or vision should be, your return isn't just an event. It feels like a prophecy being fulfilled. It feels necessary, almost destined. It's that moment when you reappear with the exact solution everyone's been hoping for. Now that is some serious power. In the end, this all comes back to you. This isn't some manipulative trick. It's a profound act of self-respect. It's about reclaiming your focus, your energy, and your authority in a world that is desperate to take it all. So remember this one core idea. The real power isn't in being everywhere all at once. The real power is in knowing when to pull back, so that when you step forward again, you do it with undeniable authority. You literally turn absence into your greatest asset. And that leaves us with one final question for you to really think about. It could be your time in meetings. Maybe it's how quickly you give your opinions, or it could even be your creative work. What is the one thing you could strategically pull back on, starting right now, to dramatically increase its value? Give that some thought. The answer just might change everything.